Hi, my name is Ryan Ruth. I'm originally from North Carolina in the United States of America. I currently live in Hawaii in the U.S. But when this war started, obviously everybody had the feeling that they needed to come here and support and help out, because this is obviously a situation that is black and white, good versus evil. It's pretty much storybook from any movie or book you've ever read about the bad guy versus the good guy. So, you know, everybody had that feeling that, you know, we must go and support and help out and change history and change this war and support the Ukrainians. So I wrapped up everything, all the projects and all the work in Hawaii, and got on a plane and flew to Poland. And then went to the border in Medica and met with Nazar with the Foreign Legion, hoping to join the military, because obviously that's the most important part of this whole situation. So, but being 56 with no military experience, he said that I was not that useful for the military, so I was turned down. So I came to Kiev in order to bring in more support. So right now with the Foreign Legion, we've got 500 to 600 men filling 3 battalions in Kharkiv. So the entire globe of 7.8 billion people have sent 500 to 600 men here to fight, and that is not adequate. You know, the Ukrainians have lost 6,500 men, you know, and we've lost 25. So in comparison to what the world is offering versus what the Ukrainians are doing for humanity and for democracy and just basic human goodness, Ukrainians are bearing 99% of the load, while the rest of the world sits around afraid of Putin and not willing to do anything. So, you know, my job here is to hopefully motivate countries and governments and individuals to come here and stand with me arm in arm in this square to support the Ukrainians. Is something that we must do. I mean, this war has run for 8 years up till now, and at this pace, are we going to allow tens of thousands of more people to die over another 8 years and sit around and do nothing? The U.S. has supplied money, but having the largest military in the world and not sending anyone is absurd. Being afraid of Putin and nuclear weapons is asinine. You know, we cannot be afraid of a terrorist that invades another country for no reason. We must stand up to this craziness and resolve it. There's no other option. We must do everything we can. At bare minimum, every U.S. military personnel should be put on paid leave and given a plane ticket so they can fly to Poland and come here and fight as civilians. That is the bare minimum, and every country around the globe should do the same thing. If you're not willing to send your military, at least put them on paid leave and tell them it is okay for you to go to Ukraine and fight with the Ukrainians, because that is the right thing to do. So we cannot allow the Ukrainians to fight for another decade without some major support. So every country around the globe, we've got 195 countries. We need hundreds from every country here to support these Ukrainians. That is our only option. So we need every ship that is in the world to stop what they're doing and go to the Sea of Azov. You know, we need to fill that sea with so many civilian ships that the Russians cannot move. I mean, we need everything here. Everything. You know, this is a war. This is good people against bad people. And we need to make a stand. We need to show that we're not going to take it. You know, the Patriot defense systems in Poland are doing absolutely no good. We need all the Patriot defense systems here on the border of Ukraine stopping the missiles that are coming in. Why would you put them in Poland? You know, it is more intelligent to have them here, because what we would desire is for Putin to bomb Poland so that we can say, hey, he is definitely evil and not doing a good job. So it is counterproductive to have our best military assets in any other place than here. So we are counting on every country. So, you know, and we should be purchasing weapons from every country around the globe, be it North Korea or Iran or any other country. Zelensky needs to purchase every piece of equipment that is available on this planet here so that we can win this war. This is the main thing going on in the world. Everybody going about their daily lives, having dinner and watching TV. It's insanity. You need to be here arm in arm with me in Independence Square, showing Putin that we are not afraid of him and that we are going to stay here and fight until it's all over with. Yes, Putin has a contract out on every foreign civilian here in Ukraine of 20,000 euros and every foreign military here of 40,000 euros. But, you know, I myself have made shirts with X's on them so that, you know, Putin knows that I am an American and I'm worth 20,000 euros and come and get me. And every other civilian around the planet should have the same thought process. We should all have on shirts with X's on them saying, hey, here I am, come and get me, because we're standing for good, we're standing for humanity, we're going to stand for the children of Ukraine and stand in front of them so that they are protected and make sure that this war ends up the way it should. We are not going to allow Putin to have any inch of Crimea or any inch or millimeter of Ukraine. And when we cross the border headed toward Moscow, I hope that I'm front in line, because that's where I want to be. So, you know, we're going to charge the great gates of Moscow and make sure that our children do not have to deal with this insanity and this corrupt and criminal government for the next 50 years as I have. My entire life has been spent listening to the things that Russia has been doing, other than the few years that Gorbachev was in charge. And we cannot allow our children to bear this same problem that I've dealt with my entire life. We must end this now. This is the opportune time for the whole world to come together and finish this situation and resolve this problem. And we must do it. FDR in World War II sat on his hands for 2.5 years while 20 to 30 million people died for no reason. Are we going to do the same thing now? In World War I, same thing. So the American people need to grow a backbone and stand up to this insanity. If it involves nuclear war, it involves nuclear war. So be it. That is the world that we live in. The world took away 1,400 nuclear warheads and 300 missiles from Ukraine 30 years ago. We need those weapons back now. So we need all 1,400 nuclear warheads and the 300 missiles. So if we're fighting a war and you take all of our weapons 30 years ago with the thought process that you were going to stand behind this country and protect it, and then when a conflict arises, you do not come to the aid of this country, that is shameful. That is very embarrassing. You cannot take someone's weapons and then not support them. You need to have every military personnel from every country around the globe here now. We must make a stand. That is what is demanded for humanity and for the children and the families and the people that are dying here today. There's no other option. We must come together. We must win this war, and it's going to take more than just 300 or 400 civilians that are heroes to change the course of history. We need governments to stand up and be real leaders and change the course of this war now. Not in a year, not in 2 years, now. Let's fix this. Thank you very much.